You're just a tractor driver, a farmer. You shouldn't complain about my cars." These dismissive words from Enzo Ferrari would ignite one of the greatest rivalries in automotive history and give birth to the most extraordinary revenge story in business. When a wealthy tractor manufacturer dared to criticize a Ferrari's mechanical flaws, he was cruelly mocked. His response? "Yes, I'm a farmer, but I'll show you how a sports car should be." In just 9 months, this former prisoner of war built his first masterpiece and transformed from a simple farmer into the creator of the world's most iconic supercars. This is the remarkable story of Ferruccio Lamborghini. Born in 1916 on a rural farm in Renazzo, northern Italy, Ferruccio grew up among vineyards where his parents produced wine for a living. While they hoped he would continue the family business, young Ferruccio was captivated by machinery, specifically the tractors used on their farm. Following his passion, he studied mechanics at the Fratelli Taddia Technical Institute and trained under a master blacksmith. Eventually, he landed a job at Cavalier Righi in Bologna, maintaining vehicles for the Italian army. At 18, Ferruccio returned to his hometown and opened a small workshop with his friend Marino Filippini, the first stepping stone toward his future empire. When World War II erupted, the Royal Italian Air Force drafted Ferruccio to work as a mechanic in Rhodes Island, Greece. After Italy's surrender, the Germans took control. But Ferruccio stayed and received permission to open his own workshop. 2 years later, when Allied forces arrived, they captured everyone at the garrison. Recognizing Ferruccio's technical skills, they put him to work fixing their vehicles, before finally allowing him to return home a year later. Back in Italy, tragedy struck when his wife Clelia died while giving birth to their only child, Tonino. Grieving, Ferruccio buried himself in work at his garage. Everything changed when his father requested a new tractor. Ferruccio realized that post-war Italy desperately needed to increase agricultural production, but lacked proper equipment. Drawing on his experience with military vehicles, he began purchasing surplus war equipment and converting them into affordable tractors. His innovative machines featured British Morris engines modified to run on inexpensive diesel rather than costly petrol. With his father's farm as collateral for a loan, Ferruccio launched Lamborghini tractors, which quickly became one of Italy's largest agricultural equipment manufacturer. As his wealth grew, Ferruccio indulged his passion for luxury cars, building a collection of Jaguars, Mercedes, Maseratis, and Ferraris. However, he found flaws in even the most prestigious vehicles. His Ferrari 250 GT particularly frustrated him with its constantly failing clutch. When Ferruccio discovered this clutch was identical to those used in his tractors, but priced 100 times higher, he approached Enzo Ferrari with suggestions for improvements. Ferrari's dismissive response, calling him just a farmer, triggered Ferruccio's determination. He assembled a team including 3 former Ferrari employees and built a state-of-the-art factory. In just 9 months, the Lamborghini 350 GT was born, a technical marvel featuring a V12 engine, 5-speed transmission, 4-wheel disc brakes, and 4-wheel independent suspension. Its debut at the Turin Motor Show earned praise from critics and customers alike. Ferruccio's leadership style gave his engineers freedom to innovate, resulting in legendary models like the 400 GT and, most notably, the Miura P400, a secret project developed against Ferruccio's initial wishes. The Miura became known as the world's first supercar, with its revolutionary rear mid-engine layout, setting the standard for all future high-performance vehicles. The company continued releasing celebrated models: the Espada, Islero, Jarama, Huracan, and the iconic Countach, reportedly the most written-about car in history. Unlike competitors, Lamborghini's vehicles used entirely original parts. Unfortunately, external forces eventually derailed Ferruccio's success. A cancelled contract with Bolivia following a coup, combined with the global stock market crash and the OAPC oil embargo, forced him to sell his tractor company and eventually his automotive business. After changing hands multiple times through Chrysler and an Indonesian conglomerate, Lamborghini found stability under Audi's ownership. The company reclaimed its market position with modern hits like the Gallardo, Huracan, and Urus SUV, reaching record sales by 2019 and achieving an $11 billion valuation. From prisoner of war to tractor manufacturer to supercar visionary, Ferruccio Lamborghini's journey proves that sometimes the greatest innovations come from those who refuse to accept the status quo and who aren't afraid to show the world that a farmer can build the perfect sports car. For more inspiring stories and advice from today's most successful leaders, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.